Hello everyone, and welcome back to Chew on This. I'm your host, Chewy. Today we will be discussing the meat-based diet versus a plant-based diet. A meat-based diet is what I like to call real American food, while a plant-based diet is often referred to as the food that my food eats. Americans consume about 52.2 billion pounds of meat every year, and that averages to be about 270 pounds per person annually. According to many experts, including Colonel Sanders, Oscar Mayer, Ronald McDonald, and my main girl Wendy, meat is not only essential to our diet, but also to our happiness. I asked my friend Jan, a dedicated mom, to tell me why she chose a meat-based diet for her family. Over to you, Jan.
Dinner's not my strong suit. We all know what it's like. I picked everybody up, I did all my errands, get to the end of the day, and I'm toast. In fact, we've had toast for dinner. Cereal, rice cakes.
Trail mix.
But tonight, I nailed it. This is a real dinner. KFC Family Feast.
Jan has made it clear that meat is the centerpiece of a family dinner. Now, after listening to these experts, I think I can make the educated statement that without meat, humans will simply shrivel up into miserable, little, lonely prunes. I've decided to send some of my investigation journalists into the field to see what the everyday American college student on UVM campus thinks of these two different diets.
Thanks, Chewy. And here we have Aaliyah. So do you think you can survive on a plant-based diet?
Probably not, no.
And why is that?
I think that I'd be tired a lot because I'm not getting a lot of protein. A nice hot dog and a nice bean and a salad. Which one of these do you think packs more protein?
Jesus, it was. I bet it was the hot dog.
Wrong again. Hot dog comes in at 18 grams, but these rice and beans, they have 24 grams. Which one of these two do you think are vegetarian? We got Mike Tyson and we got Heidi Klum. Heidi Klum. Surprisingly, Mike Tyson actually keeps to a vegetarian diet. Heidi Klum, well, she includes meat.
We have pizza and a vegan pizza. Yeah. And a vegan smoothie. Which one do you imagine has more protein?
The pizza, obviously, because there's pepperoni on it.
Actually, the vegan smoothie packs in 26 grams of protein. This pizza only has 13 grams. Alright, we got two more photos for you today. Which one of these two do you think are vegetarian? We got Venus Williams, the lovely tennis player, and Kate Hudson.
Probably Kate Hudson.
And you're wrong again, unfortunately. Surprisingly, Venus is actually vegetarian. Kate Hudson, well, she enjoys a hamburger from time to time.
Well, that came back with some conflicting information. How does the rice and beans have more protein than a hot dog? Did someone change the labels? And how is Mike Tyson and Venus Williams so successful if they don't eat meat? Doctor, you're a nutritionist. Can you explain this?
Well, Chewy, the American diet actually contains far too much meat and is believed to be one of the main contributing factors to heart disease, stroke, and cancer in America. The experts you mentioned earlier are trying to sell a product and they have little concern for your health. Meat is a good source of protein, iron, and B vitamins. That does not mean it should be the main dish. It also usually is high in calories and fat, especially when fried. Therefore, meat should be consumed in moderation.
But Jan said that it is not a real dinner without meat. Who can get filled up on toast and rice cakes?
I agree that toast and rice cakes are not a complete meal. However, the meal that Jan fed her family was not complete either. It was high in calories and it lacked many essential nutrients. However, there are an immense number of plant-based foods that are high in protein and contain the essential nutrients.
Now wait a minute. If meat is not a superfood, then why is meat-based diet so popular in America?
Well, Chewy, it is because of social norms. It used to be extremely expensive to buy meat, so only those that could afford it could eat it. It became a status symbol. Over time, as more and more people could afford meat, it became the image of a real dinner in America. Commercials like the one you saw for KFC supported this belief. Other cultures would probably look at the bucket of fried chicken and believed it looked nothing like a real meal because of their social norms being different.
So, if I eat less meat, I won't turn into a sad, shriveled prune.
No, Chewy, switching to a plant-based diet will actually likely improve your health overall.
Well, thanks, Doctor. That ends our show for today. Good day, ladies and gents.